Oh, hello there, you lovely lot. Welcome back to another fantastic show here on Crafters TV. Is it indeed a masterclass? And it's a masterclass looking at all things Creative Card for the next couple of hours. We are going to have some gorgeous, gorgeous products for you. We've got some amazing deals, and we have got a truly scrumptious craft expert with us as well. She's back in the building. Debbie's here for her first show of the new year. How are you, Debbie?
Happy New Year to one and all. Absolutely back with a bang. Should have been back with a bang yesterday. Thanks to our lovely Craig covering for me. Thank you very much, darling, because I did need yesterday. But I am back with a bang, and I'm really, really looking forward to this show because it's everything I love about dies, the creator card range, and we're giving you a masterclass, 2 hours solid of lots of different ranges and hopefully some inspiration in different ways that you can use them and not just in the way that you would automatically think. However, I'm going to show you a few samples to get yourself all, whetted appetites?
Yeah.
Appetites are wet. Yep, absolutely. So we're going to start with the gorgeous, beautiful interlaced dies. Now, these are absolutely fabulous. And again, you can create some really beautiful, easy cards with these. They're fabulous. They're a deep dish technology as well. So they give that deep cut. I absolutely love the interlaced range. A very welcome range to our creator cards. I mean, come on, look at this. This is just absolutely beautiful. I love anything that's got the edgeable factor that creates a card, like an hybrid, because it creates cards, but it creates that lovely edgeable factor too. Lots and lots of lovely different dies that we've got that are going to cover you in certain ways in the way that you can craft. And if you are into New Year, new crafting, you've never tried the creator card range, then I don't know what you've been missing out on. But let me tell you, these cards are absolutely dead easy to make because we've got the dies that do all the hard work for you. This is me and you, Joe, together forever. Forever yours. Oops, hang on a minute.
We broke our swing.
We broke the swing. Hey, notice it's your
That's
side,
definitely
Joe.
me and you.
Actually, I notice it's your side. It's all those Reese's Pieces cooks you've been having outside. And notice I'm not there. I've been back in the building. 2 minutes. And I've broke the swing completely. That'll be all the Baileys and chocolate over the holiday period. We've got the gorgeous cutting panels, and then I think Craig gave you a little sampling into the beautiful, gorgeous stamps and die collections that we've got also as well. Now, I'm looking forward to this 2 hours. I promised to try and behave myself.
Oh, it's not.
But I have had like 10 days off, so let me just tell you, I'm ready and raring to go, and I cannot wait. Look, I'm already steaming up, Joe. That's how excited I am. I am already getting excited. So, Joe, give me a second to get yourself set.
Absolutely.
And we'll get cracking.
Oh, there we go. Peak Debbie straight off the bat, which we love. Let's go through then a couple of different options. Some brilliant savings for you in this 2 hours. We're going to start with this one just here. We've actually got 4 best ever prices for you within this show. Let's start with these stamps and dies, and these are great because what you've got here is creator card detailing in the dies themselves, but then the stamp that overlays as well. You should be looking at £108 or $120 almost. The deal on it is amazing. $25.59, $27.99 for platinum members. This one here is your butterfly frame. Then you've also got here as well your flowers and vines that you can see there. Loads of beautiful floral detailing and wonderful trellis work there in that one. The next one for you here is the charming church. Loads of different options here for you. The thing I love as well is because you're adding colour to this with your markers, it means that you can really theme this up and create different looks from the same stamps and dies. Then you've got this one. This is your scenic village. Got a real sort of Kincaid feel to it, hasn't it, that one? Then this one here is your wild and free. Also think about creating scene cards with this. You know, different dimensions and layers, snip bits away is absolutely something you can achieve with this. And then finally, you've got your natural beauty there as well. You get absolutely all of them for that incredible price. So we'll be having a look at those in a bit more detail a little bit later. We're going to look at the interlace next. These are brilliant because they're almost like they kind of remind me almost of a nesting die when you look at them, but because of all the different possibilities and combinations and how you can use these, they really are awesome. That one there is your floral lattice. You've also got your resplendent rondure in this one just here. I know, what a word. Fancy filigree is this one. Lovely different variations on the shapes of these. This is the floral fretwork. Then you've also got your entwining hearts just here. And finally, your decadent hearts as well. 24 different elements within those ones. $17.99 or $18.99 comes in at just under £57, just under $65. Don't forget as well, the winter sale is running until the end of the week. New lines added every single day over there as well. So make sure you're heading across and having a little look at the new products that are being added. Up to 70% off over there as well. So some really awesome deals for you to snap up. Loads of you tuning in saying hi as well. The lovely Lynn says, hi Joyce, Joe, Diamond, Debbie, the CTV team, the social superstar and everyone else. Sean is in as well from Tennessee. I can see Alice is here. Rebecca's in Texas. The lovely Mary in Tennessee says, I hope you're all doing well. And Polly says, it looks like lots of fun today. I think it's going to be, there's something tells me that we're going to get Peak Debbie today. I just know it. I can sense it, I can feel it, and I am ready for it. I will kid you not. Yes, we had a lot of fun this morning during the wake-up call at this masterclass show, and then of course we have got launch party coming up a little later as well with myself. And Debbie's going to be an action-packed day, isn't it, Debbie?
Absolutely, it is. It really. Okay, see, I'm getting already warm. I think it's the jumper that's doing it for me today. But absolutely, I'm really looking forward to today. I really am. So I'm going to get started with the fabulous Interlaced dies, and I'm going to show you a few different samples first before we kickstart into a demonstration. Want you to see the versatility and how you're going to be able to use these. These are fabulous designs as well. Very well, I'm going to say steady dies, but they are, because they're dies that you can use year in, year out, different occasions as well that you can make these fit to. And of course, lots of different styles. Love this one that Sandy's done in regards to cutting through using the dies, because you've got multiple dies in this collection to create something really beautiful, an aperture. What about, well, we've talked about the easels. That's what I'm going to be starting with today. A gorgeous easel card where you can be using these to create your base of your easel, as well as all the lovely decorative element either top and bottom. You can use them simply to use as a stepper in between cards, like on this one, a lovely floating element that we've got going off there. Very striking onto the back of some of your inky backgrounds. Don't know about anybody else during this holiday period, but I have been playing to high heaven in my craft room and inky backgrounds has been the main theme what I've been doing. So there's lots and lots of ways that you can use these fabulous die sets. Very clever, like some of the design team work there, and of course they're going to work with lots of things that you have in your collection too. Now I'm basically going to use the floral lattice to start with, and I'm going to show you this. Now this is the deep, I keep calling it deep dish, but it's called deep cut technology, which
and what
means
does that do for us?
It's thicker. It's thicker than a standard thin metal die, so it's got an extra element. It's not the multimedia size of a depth of a die. It's like the in between, but it means that you can cut multiples, as in well, 2 pieces of cardstock in any one time, and different materials as well. And it does come, look how many pieces you get in this floral lattice. You've got 4 different designs here that all work beautifully. The outside frame, which is what's going to create my easel part. The decorative element that when you put that in creates another separate frame. So again, the versatility by us splitting the dies up means that you can create lots of different ways. Then you've got the middle panels. So if you was to use all of them, they'll create a depth and a frame that are going to be able to sit on top of each other or cut out separately as well. So you've got all those choices. I'm going to start first of all with the main one. Okay, so I'm going to use this particular one, and I've got some white stamping card here, Joe, that I've simply cut to size. And I say cut to size, I'll give you the measurements. It's 10 by 6.5, and I've scored it in at 5 inches, because this one is going to cut through both of those pieces immediately and give me the base for my easel. Fabulous. What I am going to do is I'm just going to overhang it slightly, and I'll bring in my large plate for this one. Let's just, what did I do with my large plates, Joe? Here we go. There we are. So I'm just going to literally overhang that. So you can, if you want, cut out 3 pieces solid to create easel card just by using this die in this method. But I'm going to keep it connected to the cardstock just by simply overhanging it, and I'm going to hold it down with some low tack tape. So grab your low tack tape, hold it down into place. And I'm going to put one on one side, one on the other. And then again, using your platform, I'm going to bring in my plastic shim. And because I'm using the deep, it's got that deep cut to it, I am actually going to bring in my magnetic shim as well. Oh, I can see Craig's been doing a masterclass. I can see his numbers on his plate.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, I've just seen it now. I've just seen them.
We had a Gemini masterclass yesterday, so he was showing us how to number the plates.
Because that's what Craig does.
Yeah.
I am going to own up. I like to flip and reverse.
Right.
I do tend to do it at home. When you can concentrate a little bit better at home. When I'm here, confessions.
Right.
I forget.
Right,
I forget. So really I shouldn't, but having Craig's numbered plate I think might help actually.
Yeah. We'll let you off anyway.
Of course. But yeah, it's a good way of preserving the life of your plates. That's the word I'm looking for. So I'm just going to take off my low-tack tape and take off the main die first, like so. And what that's done now has created me the base for my easel card without having the separate pieces. So you can see I've got that lovely shape. And what I'm just going to do is put a score line into the centre of that by using a scoreboard. Now, have we got the small one here? Yes, we have. Let me bring the small one up. And I'm just going to create halfway mark and just simply pop your card on, measure up to the side of the board and then just literally go into the half. Now it's just shy of 4 inches, so I'm going to go in at 2, maybe just under 2 for this one. Yeah, we're going just under 2, like so. And that creates the part of my easel card. Very quick, very easy. But what I need now is a base to sit on the front, and that is when you're going to bring back in your die. Cut it again in some plain cardstock, and I'll just speed that process up because you don't want to see me cutting that bit again. But that then creates me the base that sits on and fits perfectly over the top to create that perfect base for your easel card. So that bit's that taken care of. But then I want a decorative element, Joe. So I'm going to bring in another piece of white stamping card. Let's go underneath. Debbie, come on. Should have got this out before we started. But what I want to do now is create a panel that sits on the top. Now this die works beautifully. It's got its own outside cutting edge, so I don't have to use both of those, Joe. I can just simply use the one. And depending on how many layers you want to cut, and we'll do it for this one, because I'll show you that deep cut technology. I'll just trim both of those down to size, like so. There we go. And move those out of the way. We're going to cut through these two pieces now. So bringing in your plates again, and I'm going to bring in one of my plates. Deep cut doesn't necessarily mean that you have to use your metal shim.
Okay.
You can if you want, but I prefer not to, and I'll show you why in a moment. But I'm just going to layer that on, holding it down with some low-tack tape again, and I'm going to just run that through. Now, you'll know if you've got the wrong combination, Joe. I always say to anybody, and it depends if you've got a Gemini or if you've got a different machine, get to know this die, how it works, how it cuts on your machine, the platform that you need, because every machine is different as well. It's a bit like a washing machine, you know, the power's immense, but they're different machines. So some people may need to add the magnetic shim, Some people may not. It's getting to know your machine and what it can do. Now, when I take that off, I can see there, I don't know if our Nicola can get in close, but you can see it's cut through both of those pieces. Can you see there?
Oh, yeah, perfect.
It's cut through both of those in that one pass. And all I need to do now is just separate that from the die. And this is when your cleaning brush will come in handy, or your pokey tools, and you can cut them either both times and cut yourself, save yourself some time by poking through those bits, or separate them. I mean, that one, look at that, Joe. I've not even had to do anything with that one. That's showing you that deep cut technology. There's a lot of filigree design as well in there. And then all I'm going to do is simply pop out the rest of the pieces. And this is the bit where you could actually, if you don't, it depends on how much you like, your poking part, shall we say. You know what I mean, Joe.
I know what you mean.
You know me, because I'm not. I've had this conversation many a time before.
You have. You enjoy the poking out. And
I don't.
That's well documented.
I don't.
Mary Pat says, I instantly fell in love with this Interlaced collection. I had to order them all. Pammy says, I'm supposed to be cleaning up the last of my crafting supplies, but watching Debbie is more important. It really is. Juta says, hello Debbie, Joe and the CTV crew. Hi everyone, wishing you all a very happy new year. Hope everything is going well. It is going well so far. We've still got an hour and 45 minutes left though, so who knows what could happen. Patty says, hi Debbie, so happy to have you back. CTV team was greatly missed over Christmas and New Year. Pammy says, with the Interlaced, do they work well still through machines like the MIDI and manual machines, Debbie?
Now, I'll be totally honest, I don't cut these through my MIDI. They definitely won't fit through your Mini, but you could try them.
Yeah.
I would probably, though, try it with one piece of cardstock first, see how it cuts out. Because I only ever use this through my electronic cutting machine. That is a very good question, and I might have to do a little tester of that one to see, because I've tended not to use them through a manual machine. I've only ever used them through an electronic cutting machine. But what I wanted to show you, because I know I get asked this question a lot, is how do you put that, what does the deep cut part mean? And it does mean, so you know how that first piece cut out really cleanly?
Yeah.
This one I've had to manually go in with my pokey tool, but as you can see, and I'm purposely doing it, I know it's probably a little bit boring for anybody watching me doing all the poking out, but I purposely wanted to show you for this demonstration the power of that deep cuts technology and the fact that it does work. It's just about getting your plate combination right. So for me, try it with your MIDI.
Yep.
Try it with that first, and then see if it works with the 1 or 2 piece technology. But that's what I would do. But I am definitely going to try it, because I've been asked that question now, and I need to know myself. I need to know the answer, and the only way to find that out is if I do it myself.
Give it a go.
Right, but there you can see, and I think that's all my pieces out. Let me just make sure I give it a nice little flick. Wait, there's always the one, isn't there? Always one. There we go. Where that has cut out those 2 pieces absolutely beautifully in that one pass of the machine. Just when you think you've got rid of them all, there's always one bounces back. Oh, little devil, get out. Do you know? There we are, that's better. So now you can see that's cut through both of those, absolutely beautiful. One came out super cleanly, and the other came out where I just had to poke through the rest. But for me, if you do love that process, I know some people find it very therapeutic. I'm not of that school, but it didn't take that long, and I've cut those 2 pieces in that one pass of the machine. 1 pass of the machine, 2 pieces of beautiful, delicate feature. So sorry, Joe's had to come over here so I can just have a minute, because I'm absolutely boiling. Thank you very much, Joe.
Welcome.
You're very kind. Oh, so if you see me doing the Beyonce look, it's just while I cool down for a second, because it is incredibly warm in here, because it's Baltic outside, isn't it, Joe?
It's freezing out there.
Oh my days, it's absolutely Baltic. What happened to that lovely mild weather that we had over Christmas and New Year? Right, so I've cut through both of those pieces, and then all I'm going to do is add a little bit of colour to them. So I'm going to use pink tulip and baby blue in the water reactive is the word I'm looking for, and I'm just going to go over there literally to just highlight and pick out, is it pop of colour? Pop of colour, that's the word I'm looking for. A pop of colour all over that die. Now, literally, this is down to your choice. I'll show you the ones that I've already pre-done, but I'll just do it in this first half to show you exactly what I mean. And I'm just going to highlight it with another colour, just do a little bit of mixing of 2 colours. But I suppose it really depends on the kind of look that you're going for. And you can see it just gives it that little lift. When you do the whole of it, Joe, that's how it will end up looking. And it is absolutely beautiful.
So is that just one colour you've used there?
So that is the baby blue and baby pink. Baby blue and pink tulip mixed together, and I've just popped it onto the floral bits and then the end little pieces just to highlight that. And on my second piece, Joe, I've actually just combined the 2 colours, and it's given me like a little bit of a purpley effect.
It's almost like a bit distressed, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. But 2 different looks, but it gives me this really nice feature, and I wanted to show you that just to show you the kind of looks that you can go with when you start to add your colour. So what I'm going to do now is just put these 2 together, and then I'll move on to the next part of the stage. So I'm going to have one on the bottom part of my mat, like so. There we go.
Nice.
And I'm going to use dotty tape pen for this one, I think, Joe. Let's use our dotty tape pen. Now then, status quo. Where are we at with dotty tape pens? Are they back in stock
Oh, I thought
yet?
you meant, 'cause I like it, I like it,
Oh.
I like it, I like it. I thought you meant the band status quo.
No, what's the status?
I was thinking, what?
What's the status of our dotty tape pens?
I'm not sure we have any in stock at the moment.
Does producer Johnny know?
Still out of stock.
Oh, no, no. Well, then in that case, you're going to have to use your tacky glue, I think, for that one. But yeah, so I've just trimmed off the little edge, Joe, because bearing in mind, I use this to create that overhang. I've just taken the tiniest little bit off the top because I wanted to create a little bit of a mat on the bottom. This one is going to sit onto that full piece that I've done as well. So again, take your time as well. I don't know if you noticed that I was a little bit heavy-handed a second ago and I dragged my tape pen across. I know I shouldn't, but sometimes I get a little bit carried away with myself, and I broke a little bit off my die.
Oh, we won't tell anyone, don't worry.
Doesn't matter, you'll not see up close and personal, will you?
No.
How is Nicola with her up close and personal technique? Is she any good?
She's very good with her up close and personal technique, I believe.
Is she?
Yeah.
Oh, because we've got our Nicola in for the second day, haven't we?
She's in today.
Absolutely.
In the hot seat.
In the hot seat.
With the joystick.
Oh, yeah, we need to find her a new nickname.
Because I've got Gorgeous George of the joystick.
Yeah, Gorgeous George of the joystick. We need to find one for Nicola. Yeah, we'll find one.
Get there.
We'll find one. We'll get there. Now, I'm going to just pop some glue onto this bottom half, like so. What do they call Charlotte, Nick?
Yeah.
Well, I think Joe calls the posh Charlotte of Morpeth or something like that, or something like that. I think that's what Joe calls her.
I love it. Posh Charlotte of Morpeth, yeah.
Posh Charlotte of Morpeth, yes. I wonder if she's watching, bless her.
Probably not.
Yeah, we'll have to ask her. We'll have to ask her. Now, what has created me now has created me a lovely decorative bottom part and then a lovely decorative top part as well. But then I'm going to use the other two pieces of this. Now, again, the same technology. These are all deep cut dies, so it does mean that you can cut through multiples of these as well. So when you run those through, you'll be able to get yourself a couple. And again, all I've done, Joe, is I've literally run them through. I've popped the same matching ink around the edge just to give it that little lift, that little pop of colour. I've popped some foam pads onto the back because what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use one on the top part, and that's why I didn't bother wasting this bit of the colour. Did you hear that, Joe?
Yeah, posh Charlotte wasn't watching, but she's popping it on now, she says.
Hi, Charlotte, if you're watching. Oh, bless her. I've been keeping up to date with her on her Instagram stories. Is she going to be back at the weekend?
All being well, yeah.
Fabulous, fabulous. Now, that one is acting as my little topper and it just sits there beautifully to create my lovely topper piece, the easel, what do we call them? Thank you, the easel stopper. I call them a stopper popper or popper stopper or something like that, but yeah, you know what I mean. But again, that just creates that beautiful feature and it stops it from going down. But again, I've made myself a beautiful card blank base and the decorative element. It's taken white stamping card and a bit of ink and it's created something really pretty. But then we need to add something to it. So I had some spare left over. Do you know those gorgeous florals that we launched before Christmas? And I thought these would look absolutely beautiful. Just added onto the front of there. So that's what I'm going to use. I thought I never throw anything away. Do you know, when I've been busy creating.
But I think that's a crafting rule, isn't it? Never throw anything away.
Never throw a thing away because you'll never know when you'll be able to use it. And I just literally had them at the side of my crafting desk at the weekend. Don't know about anybody else, but I was crafting on New Year's Day.
Were you?
Yeah, I were, yeah. Well, it was a bit quiet. You know, family all gone home.
You finished all the Baileys.
Joe, it's sacrilege how much Baileys I went through. Oh, honest to God. Honestly, it's one of those drinks that it's a little bit like pop. And I know it's not pop. Confession, shall I confess?
No.
No?
No, I don't.
Shall I? No. Shall I confess? I went through a lot, is all I'm going to say. Maybe 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 bottles and half a bottle of the apple pie. Can I just tell you, the apple pie? Oh, delicious. Delicious, yes. But it was Christmas, Joe, and I've worked really hard. But I tell you something, it serves me right putting £3.5 on over Christmas, drinking that much Baileys. Ridiculous. No one needs to drink that much.
It's basically just double cream with brandy in it, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but it just because it tastes like pop, and because it's liquid, you think it's not really going to do any damage. And I was so good with me. I was so good with food. So good with food. Apart from
because you were
chocolate.
drunk all the time on the Baileys. That's why. Couldn't stomach the turkey. Sozzled at the end of the table. That's why.
I don't do turkey. I don't do turkey. I'm not a turkey. I'm on that percentage that doesn't do turkey at Christmas.
No. What do you do at Christmas?
Yeah. No. What do I have? Yeah. I cooked a joint of. I won the battle.
All right.
I won the battle of no Chinese on Christmas Day.
Oh, yeah.
So I did a chicken and beef, and
Nice.
you know what? They loved it.
Oh,
and
good.
I did the vegetarian option for my youngest
What's the
daughter and
veggie
my eldest
option?
daughter. They had one of those roasts, you know, those
Nut
fake
roast?
roasts. No, I didn't do a nut roast. They don't like things like that. They really don't. But
So what's in a fake roast?
it looks like a chicken roll, but it's not really. It's because there's no meat involved. There you go, look. But yeah, it went down really well. Did cost me a fortune in profiterole rolls, I'm not going to lie, because that was the compromise.
Right.
I had to buy a profiterole tower that cost like 10 quid. 10 quid. Profiteroles like this, thick chocolate sauce underneath. And do you know what? They were that stuffed, they only managed 4 each.
Oh, did you have to finish them?
Yeah, I weren't happy. However, I was happy that got my own way. And tell you what I'm really happy with. What I've created with my gorgeous interlaced dies. That deep cut technology that these offer you are absolutely beautiful. Now, apart from adding a sentiment, literally just beautiful, showing you what you can create
Lovely
with these.
camera work there from our Nicola.
Yeah, she's done a fantastic job, isn't she? Brilliant, yeah, absolutely fabulous, Nick. Yeah. Thumbs up.
Right, lots of you chatting away. Kathy says, these are my favourite dies. Purchased this collection when it first launched. I use it almost every day. Karen says, I love the interlaced dies. I might break my New Year's resolution of cutting back on buying craft supplies and grab them. Deborah says, Debbie, you look absolutely beautiful. Handsome Joe, I'm so glad the two of you are back together. Happy New Year. Alice, loving your demonstration. Laura says, good morning, everyone. So happy to see these dies. I have them, I haven't really used them yet. And Kathy says, this die makes a great background for lace for mounting a floral topper card on top of it. I cut out gold metallic cardstock and then place floral embellishments on the top. Beautiful. Charlotte has just WhatsApped me via my iPad to say, please can you give me a shout out. So there you are, seeing as you begged for one, Charlotte, here is your shout out. I mean, I was going to give her an organic shout out, you know, in a moment, but she was just in there already begging me for a shout out. There you go. I hope you're feeling better, Charlotte.
Posh Charlotte from Morpeth.
Yeah, posh Charlotte from
Yay.
Morpeth. She'll be back soon, don't you worry, telling us off in no time at all. Right, let me go back through these dies for you then, because they are a fantastic collection. They're at a great price. You've got the floral lattice in here. You also have the resplendent ronja, very posh. You've got fancy filigree. You've also got floral fretwork, the entwined hearts, and you'll also get the decadent hearts within here as well. So make sure you grab a hold of those. $70.99 or $80.99 if you want to get your hands on those ones. Now we've also got a really awesome deal for you on our Illustrator pen. It's a 48-piece collection here for you. So this one here is your sketching, and in here you're going to get daffodil, canary, yellow green, salad, pearl blue, denim, lilac. You will also get the hydrangea, baby pink, fruit pink, the pale tan and the apricot. So they're your colours in there. Yes, salad is one of the colours in there. Oh no. Or, if you're Italian, insalata. That's how they say it. The landscape gives you the light yellow, the olive green, chartreuse, meadow, bamboo, camo green, forest green, sky blue, caramel, oak tree, and 2 of the green greys. They've a bit Bailey's coloured, a couple of those, Debbie. You'd love them. You've then got the seascape here as well. The seascape gives you jade green, teal, blue turquoise, navy blue, periwinkle cobalt, sand, earth brown, pecan, red brown, and brown grey and a blue grey. And then last but by no means least, you've got your figure, which is rose blush, rose, portrait pink, blush linen, eggshell, mimosa vanilla, honeydew, leather, russet, and also the henna in there as well. 48 of those for you. And the top of the tree when it comes to our alcohol markers, amazing quality Japanese brush nibs, and you've got those bullet nibs in there as well. We're going to move on and we're going to look next at these. Now these are fabulous because you can use a couple of these on a project, or you can just use them in the center of a project. You could just use them as a little bit of extra detailing if you want to up the side. I think because of the size of these, because you've got the option to cut in or cut out, it means that you're going to be able to use them in a lot of different ways. Is amazing. Charlotte says that's the most excitement she's had all week. You're more than welcome, Charlotte. So different designs in here for you, all of them cut in and cut out. This one is a decorative filigree. We then have the Eastern Trellis. Love that one. Love that centre part there of that. This one here, now this is your beautiful rose. It's very Beauty and the Beast, that one, isn't it? This is your Butterfly Paradise, which is gorgeous. You've got floral dragonflies within there. And also then the elegant roses as well. So you've got 12 elements. So you're also going to get the acetate included within there as well. So if you want to use that behind, create shaker elements or anything else, then you can use that there as well. A lovely price on these, $33.90 or $55.90, saving you £18 or $28 almost if you are across in the US. Any questions that you've got, get them into me. Still a lot of love for that last demonstration as well. Beth saying, finally able to catch a show live for a little while. Happy New Year to all my crafty friends. Christine Mahoney says, Debbie, no one is judging you. There you go. I think that's about the Baileys.
That must be about the Baileys.
I think it's about the Baileys, yeah.
Yeah, no, we're Christmas, of course, it's Christmas.
It's not, well, not anymore. We can't keep using
well,
that
no, I
now.
can't. No,
I'd love
to
to
be
able
fair,
to use it.
To be fair, I am back on the wagon.
Are you?
Is all I'm
Okay.
going to say, yes. As in the food wagon.
Right.
Well, not the food wagon as such, but you know what I mean. The healthy eating, kick-starting back into that new year.
It's that time of the year, isn't it?
It is. And my new purchase for my wobbly bits. Do you know me? What do you call it? To get fit. What's it called? The thingy that checks all my bits about and keeps me fit. Yeah, because I thought we've got to get back into it. So yeah, I bought myself a new piece of equipment, exercise equipment that wobbles everything around, vibration. Thank you very much, Johnny. Vibration technology. So yes, I'm meaning to start as I go along, just to think why am I wobbling my bits around on telly. But right.
Right, should we get into this next demo?
Back into the room, into the cutting panels. Yes, absolutely. So we're going to be starting with, and I'm going to show you a few of these gorgeous samples where you can create that lovely cutting technology with these. I love these dies. They're absolutely fabulous. You can also extend them as well. So you could cut them out as solid panels and then add them on. This card that Debbie's done, I absolutely adore it. I just think it's simple, it's classy, but it looks absolutely fabulous. Could you imagine that for a wedding card? It would absolutely knock your socks off. I do think that this is very much Disney themed. I always think of this one of my favourite Disney movie ever. That beautiful, beautiful rose is absolutely gorgeous. You've got butterflies in there as well, Joe. And again, that technology just means that even if you add the very basic of colour, you've got something really striking and again, very, very easy to achieve with these fabulous dies. Shall I show you what we're going to make? So I'm going to mix it up a little bit now because we're going to a bit of a home decor project.
Oh, nice.
So I like to think of things that you can use these in lots of different multiple ways. So for me, I've got a little home decor. It's a little door hanger that you can pop on your door. Or you could hang it in your hallway, or you could have it as a little tag if you wanted. There's lots of ways that you can use these. And how I've created this is very, very easy. I've taken some black cardstock, like so. I'm going to use the Eastern trellis for this one. And again, I want to create the solid panel straight away because it comes in two parts. Cutting technology, the intricate die on its own, cuts straight into your cardstock. Using this together means I've got a panel to be able to create a lovely stencil, because that's what I'm going to do with this as well. I'm going to create a stencil, I'm going to ink through it too. So there's lots and lots of ways that you can use these dies. I love them. I'm not going to lie, absolutely love them. Small in stature is how I would describe these, but pack a powerful punch because of the multiple ways that you can use these dies.
Yeah,
I adore them.
I'm guessing nothing stops you using multiples of the designs on one project as well, if you wanted to add 2s and 3s to your project.
Absolutely, spot on, Joe. Really, yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what you can do with these. Now, they are a smaller die, shall we say, but not overly small. We're talking about 2 inches by just under 6. So they're going to go through all your smaller machines as well. So this will fit through. Now, will it fit through? Probably a bit too big for the mini, but will fit through your midi upwards. And again, I'm going to use this through my larger Gemini, but on my Gemini Junior plates. And it is a standard normal die, thin metal die. So I'm just going to use my normal standard platform for that. And if you caught Craig yesterday, he did the 101 with the Gemini. So you'll have probably all understood what we mean when we talk about a thin metal die and the combination that you need. But what this is just cutting through, directly through. I'll give it a little tap. Should be using the die cleaning brush. Is Leanne back yet?
As long as you tap it from behind, it's all right.
Excuse me?
As long as you tap it from behind, it's all right.
Of course, the flat side, not the raised side.
Yeah.
If you tap it on the raised side, you'll damage your die. If you tap it on the flat side, absolutely. But we do have, somewhere in the building, die cleaning brush, somewhere. I always say this, like I don't know where it is. In fact, I thought I'd got mine.
Is it got it? Oh.
Yay, now we're talking. So literally clean out your die with the die cleaning brush, and apart from maybe 1 or 2 little pieces, but this actually, do you know when you want to clean your dies, Joe, not only on your die, because it's a bit difficult black on black, but if you've got pieces left in your die, you simply run it onto there, pop it into the sponge, and it literally flicks off all the extra bits. So it's like a jewel cleaner. Nice. Because it cleans your die cuts as well as your dies in general. Pokey tool, because there's one always one, Joe, always one that refuses to come out. There we go. Now that's created that beauty. Hang on a minute, Joe. Do you know, I always think, anybody else on the same train as me, you think you've got them all out, you take a look at it, you pop it down, and there's always that one little piece that's in there. I swear it does it on a purpose. Honestly, I swear it does it on a purpose. But again, look how beautiful that die cut is. It's absolutely gorgeous. It really, really is.
So much detail in there. So
much detail, Joe. Now, I'm going to put that to one side because I'm going to use that as a decorative wrap around the bottom of my tag. Well, home decor piece. But I wanted to show you as well. Now, you can use these to cut through acetate, and you can do the same thing and apply this to create yourself a stencil using acetate. Now, you will need to, for this bit, use your metal shim, because we're cutting through acetate, which is a bit thicker. In fact, I actually think I haven't taken off my carrier sheet, so let me just see if I've got, you can see it a little bit cloudy. Let's have a little look. I think I've got my carrier sheet still on there. Yes, I have. So let me just unpick this on. Now, heavyweight acetate is available on our website. I'm sure producer
You get some
Johnny,
acetate included with the
do
deal
you really?
as well. You do. You get 12 sheets of acetate included in this bundle.
Oh, amazing. So you could do it with the acetate that you're getting, create yourself some stencils.
Yeah.
And the fact with the stencil, once you've cut it out, it means that you can keep reusing it. I've done it with paper. I'll show you the one that I've done with paper, but you can do it with acetate as well. So take your carrier sheet off, and then you're going to die cut into it. But what you need to do is die cut into it using your metal shim with this bit. Now, I think I've been a little bit tight with this piece of acetate, because that's me all over. But I'm going to just pop that on and cut that through. Now, the nature of this die, it is not a multimedia die, and I'm asking it to cut through acetate. So by law of, mathematics and things like that, you might need to cut through this a couple of times.
Okey-doke.
So onto the metal, into the metal, plastic shim, magnetic shim, the other cutting plate, pop that on the top. And when I say about the mathematics, it might mean that you need to put this through twice. So run it through once, run it through the second time. I mean, I can hear it working.
Yeah.
That's the sound of it working, because the crackling is the metal into the metal, that analogy. What's that word? Analogy? The word where the metal on metal? Analogy. Something like that. There is a word. I'm sure it's a word. I'm sure. I'm not making it up. I swear I'm not making it up. I have
no idea.
Where, do you know where the scissors on scissors, metal on metal? Yeah, the metal on metal, and you're using the... I know what I meant. There's probably somebody out there that knows exactly what I meant.
If you know what Debbie means, if you can speak Debbie, let me know in the comments. Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafts Companion on YouTube.
But what this does is, and especially when you cut it out twice as well, when you run it through twice, I have got a beautiful stencil, and look at that.
Wonderful.
It's cut through all of that acetate beautifully. It's cut all the design out as well, which means now I've got a beautiful stencil. Thank you very much for that, Nick. That's really good. Yeah. But you could do it in cardstock as well. So this one I used with the cardstock. The problem with the cardstock is that you can't keep you wouldn't be able to keep reusing it and
because it's going to get
reusing
mucky.
it. It's going to get mucky. Whereas with your acetate, when you've cut that out and you've stenciled through it, you can wipe it down. The only thing you need to do before you actually use it is make sure you've got all those little bits cut out, and then you're ready to go with a little stencil onto there. So let me just move that out of the way for a second. Let's bring in, now I've already cut myself using some mount board. I've cut myself a little tag.
Fabulous.
Because obviously we have a powerful machine, nesting dies, and all I've done is literally taken a rectangular shape, Joe, and used one of our circular dies and cut through some mount board because I wanted it to have a nice stiffness to it, hardness to it. So, but I cut it out again in white stamping card to go over the top, and this is what I'm going to stencil onto. So using your stencil, take your stencil, you can either tape it down, stick it down, whatever it is that you want to do. I'll do it with the bottom part so I can show you what I mean. And we'll go on with, let's use a bit of fuchsia. And we're going to go over and create a stencil effect using our piece. And again, it creates something really quite lovely when she says, wait a minute. Oh, Debbie, now I can see. I've not got all my bits poked out. Oh, what you like. But make sure, because it's invisible, acetate. I thought all my bits... I thought all my bits are poked out, Joe. I should have realised when the ink was going over the top that it hadn't quite cut through them all.
You poke your bits out. I'll just quickly recap what's in this offer. Let me just run you back through the 6 designs that you're getting in here while you poke your bits out. That was funny. That was so funny. That was like watching Debbie just looks so confused. So you've got your decorative filigree, which is this one just here. You're also going to get the Eastern trellis. This one here is your beautiful rose. Remember, you've also got in here the butterfly paradise. You will get the floral dragonflies and the elegant rose, and you've also got the acetate included as well. So you can do this exact technique as well if you wish. How are you getting on with your bits?
I've gone back to my original one rather than poking all my bits out. So what I've done with my original, and I wanted this to last me a while, I've done it with all of mine. I went onto a bigger piece of acetate and only used, rather than using the full, I used the decorative part, the cutting part, which is now...
that's a good idea.
Yeah, just because I've got it...
sort of over-inking.
Yeah, and I've got a bigger piece, so I just used that part and cut it into a bigger piece because I want this stencil to last me a long time. So can you see I've cut it onto a bigger piece? Yeah. Now when I lift it off, there you go. Now before you start, you are going to have to clean that little bit. So let me bring in a wipe or a cloth. I've got myself a mucky rag.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah,
Jan hasn't got a mucky rag anymore.
No, she's got a microfiber cloth. I use my microfiber cloths for my glasses. I don't know about you, Joe. I find microfiber cloths
my glasses
absolutely
always
fabulous.
filthy, Debbie, to be honest.
Yeah, well, do you know my eldest daughter, should I say, taught me about microfiber technology and how fabulous it is on glasses. So that's what I carry in my bag now.
Do you know there's a spray that you can get for your glasses that stops them steaming up?
Ooh.
You can get it on the big, the big website where you can buy everything.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's a spray that you get. You clean your glasses. You clean your glasses first, and then you just give them a little spritz with this spray either side, and it stops them steaming up when you put your mask on. It does actually work, apparently. Yeah, a friend of mine has tried it, and it works.
That's amazing. I think I might have to try that.
Yeah, we'll have
in
to
fact,
get some.
during the break, Joe, you can show me the link.
We'll find it online.
Yes, please, because it's one of my I don't know about you, but it irritates me about my glasses.
I'm always steaming up.
But now can you see what I'm creating? A lovely
really
stencil effect. Obviously clean it down in between. I'm just going to go over the next one, and I'll take the next colour so you can see the next colour. I'll go in with a bit of... should we go in parakeet? Yeah, we're going with a bit of parakeet. So going over with my parakeet. I'm just using water reactive inks of these as well, Joe. You could use your pigment ones. You could add some clear embossing to give it a more enamelled look. But can you see the lovely technique it creates?
Really good. Love the colourways as well.
Fabulous. It really is, honestly, a fabulous way of using it. And a different way of using these dyes as well. But you'll continue that and use your colourways. And I'll show you the one that I've actually done because I did it with, and I'll show you the colour ones that I did. I used fuchsia. I used honey pot, I used orange, parakeet, spring, well, that one's grasshopper, but I do like spring meadow because it's got a lighter tone to it, and then went back to fuchsia. So what that's going to do now is sit on, I've kept one side with the cream on, one side with the with the beautiful decorative element with the stencil. So let's pop those two bits together, Joe. And now again, depending on what you know, glue, did you pay attention to Craig with his glue school yesterday, because he went through all the glues.
Mini glue school, didn't he?
Yeah, so you can go back and watch that show where he talks about all different glues. But I'm just using some all-purpose. I want a bit of wiggle time to get it into place and directly match it across the top. I have made it slightly bigger, and there's a reason why, just so that I can trim it down afterwards, and it gives me a bit of time to get that into place. Take your scissors and then just trim over the top like so, and that creates that beautiful panel. The fact that I've used wiggle glue, or should I say all-purpose glue, means I can get that into the spot.
I love that we've got a new name for it now. It was all-purpose, then it was runny glue, now it's wiggle glue. I love a bit of wiggle glue.
I love a bit of wiggle glue, let me tell you, it's fabulous stuff. And then what I just did, Joe, was going back to the nesting dies, I used our scalloped ones and the stitch edge ones. You can't tell with the stitch edge because it just gave me the little flat edge, but it just, I thought, worked perfectly around the outside of that. Now, I'm not going to use the wet glue for this one. I'm going to use my tape pen. So I'm going to go around with my tape pen all the way around like so, and that creates this lovely, a proper finished look, I'm going to call it. I actually chose some paper to go over the top as well. Just used any paper. This one's from our, in fact, Debbie cannot remember where she got this one from, because I get a little bit overexcited with papers. Did you see Hilary coming round with some freebies for us?
No, freebies?
Oh my God. Hilary came in, I thought it was Christmas.
Really?
Yeah, some papers.
What sort of papers?
Papers that, Christmassy papers, things that she had left over. You know how she tests everything?
Yeah.
So she had a stash in her cupboard, and me and Craig,
I didn't get any.
here. So I think there might be some left over for the other girls when they come up here. So Michelle and Jan, I think Hilary's took it back. I think she might have took it back, and she said she's going to come in when the other guys are in as well, so they've all got a little chance. You know how they have like that little freebie table in the middle of the office?
I don't get over there.
Me neither, and I've missed it all. And Hilary must have known I were in today, because she come across and I'm like, oh yes please. I love a freebie. Love a freebie.
Who doesn't love a freebie?
Absolutely. Now you can see that just gives it that lovely finishing touch. And then going back to the piece that I cut out, I'm going to match that across the bottom like so. So again, just take your dotty tape pen, and dotty tape pens do work brilliant for this when they're back in stock. Joe. Of course, you could be using your tacky glue and things like that, but that's just going to sit across the middle like so. And it's just showing you different ways that you can use your dies, your die cuts, your cutting panels. And if you want that bit to match, all you have to do is grab yourself a little, and I've literally, when I say taken a piece of spare waste of card just to match that up, and that just gives it a nice little finish, because it just didn't quite fit around when I was doing this one. It didn't quite fit around, however, easily remedied, because I've just popped a little piece there. So that sits on the bottom. And then I used one of, and I think if I remember rightly, this was from one of, do you know the Year of Crafts alphabet? I'm pretty sure this was from the Year of Crafts alphabet, but I'm just going to stick my own decor piece.
Oh, Year of Craft, stay tuned in launch party. Do you know who else is watching, Debbie?
Yep.
One of your super fans.
Who's that?
You know my friend Matt.
Oh.
Do a fold, and you do a fold, and a fold, and a fold. You got a basket.
Is he watching?
Yeah.
Oh,
say hello to him, Debbie.
Hello, is it Matt? Did
Matt,
you say?
Yeah.
Hello, Matt. I hope we get to meet one day. Because I do love your accent and how you take me off. I think it sounded really fabulous.
You got a fold and a fold.
I love it.
A fold and a fold. You got a basket. This was one evening I was out with some friends, and my friend Matt obviously watches a lot more than he says he does, and started doing Debbie Robinson impressions. So I videoed them, sent them to Debbie. She said it was scarily accurate, didn't you, Debbie?
It is a very accurate, a very accurate one. I thought it was absolutely amazing. So yeah, I hope to get to meet you one day, Matt. That'd be lovely. I can go for a cocktail or two round at Joe's.
Yeah.
Is it from your neck of the woods?
Yeah.
Yeah, we will. We'll meet one day.
We'll go for an Aperol Spritz, Debbie.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And then also I'm just going to finish that off with, Joe, is my little bow in the top corner. So pop a little bow. Let's go on to there. And you've got yourself a lovely decorative piece. And I'm just going to put on the back, I'm just going to have a little believe you can and you're halfway there, because I love that sentiment. I've been going through some of me stamps. I have told you this before, Joe. I've got like a little pot of useful dies, useful sentiments that I can use, because they're all crafters' companions, but I just think it's really nice, and it just finishes that off, and you've got yourself a lovely home decor hanging piece, where you can create, using your stencils to create a beautiful background, and then your beautiful panel just wrapped around the bottom, which again gives it that lovely finished piece. Again, just showing you different ways that you can use these fabulous dies. Not necessarily always in cards. You can use it, perhaps the lovely panel for your scrapbook pages or things like that. There's tons of ways that you can use them, and this is just one of them.
There you are. Right, let me run you back through then what you're getting in here. You're going to get 6 awesome designs. So you've got the decorative filigree, which is this one here. You'll also get the Eastern trellis, the beautiful rose, butterfly paradise, then we've got floral dragonflies, and finally the elegant roses. You get all of those included in there, and you are of course getting the acetate included too, which is fantastic. So you're going to be able to do those amazing designs just like Debbie's just done there. Create your own stencils with them. I think a great way to use them. I'm going to give you an opportunity to check out, because it's super busy across on the website at the moment. Whilst you do that, here's all the details of Club Inspire.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Quick Buy, all your crafty must-haves in a flash. Put away your tape measure and fabric scissors. The Threader's fabric cutter offers accuracy and precision with every cut. This handy tool slices through fabric in a guillotine style. Its ergonomic design features a comfortable and protective handle, so it's safe and easy to use whether you're right or left-handed. Its 45mm rotary blade will cut up to 6 layers of fabric at a time, so your sewing, quilting, and upholstery project times are cut down to size. It's equipped with a measuring guide in metric and imperial for a perfectly accurate cut every time. The built-in grid ruler has 30-degree, 45-degree, and 60-degree angle lines, so you can cut fabric on any angle, including the bias. Quick Buy, all your crafty must-haves in a flash. Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours.
I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing.
Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us, you give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
Absolutely we do. Create every single day. Very, very busy across on the website at the moment. Lots of you snapping up a bargain. When it comes to bargains, if you're after one, these are, I think these have got to be the steal of the show, these, because they should be £108 or $120. You can see they're £32 or $35 is your today price, but Platinum members and everyone that's getting some sort of Club Inspired discount is getting them for even less than that. Everyone's saving £76 almost, or almost $85, which is amazing. Let me take you through them because they really are the best of both worlds, these. What you're getting is that big creator card die style, so loads and loads of detail in there. Love with the butterflies as well. You can even lift up those wings there, but then you're getting the stamp, which is going to give you all the additional stamp detail. Nothing to stop you using the dies on their own or the stamps on their own, but when you use the two together, you get something absolutely gorgeous. So you've got the butterfly frame, you've then got the flowers and vines, which are these ones here. This one here is your charming church. We then have the scenic village. You're also going to then get wild and free with those stags there. Think about snipping into these, creating a bit of dimension, depth and layers with any of these, and then finally natural beauty there as well. $25.59, $27.99 if you are a Platinum member and you want to get your hands on those ones. Right, next up we're going to move to these. Now these are gorgeous. These are the big things, and these are best ever price. Have you seen the price on these, Debbie? Hold on to your craft counter.
Honestly,
you're looking
amazing.
At £100, $117 there or thereabouts worth of value for $39.49 or $45.99. Incredible. Again, think about snipping into these, snipping certain elements out, making frames or borders with them. The amount of different things that you can do with them is really off the chart. So you've got your rustic roses. This one here, which I just think for new baby cards is absolutely gorgeous. This is your Take Flight that you've got. Then we move on to this one here, which is the ornate cross. Maybe more religious styles of cards that you want to make. This is going to be perfect for those. Then you've got your moon and stars, which are those ones there. I'm thinking sparkle pens there. And do you know what these give you, don't you, Debbie?
What's that?
An opportunity to craft. Craig loves that one. Not so much. Debbie's bored of it now. Then you've got your church blessings, which is this one here. Again, great for wedding cards. It's going to look gorgeous. Imagine putting some nice warm yellows in those windows there and creating a little bit of light. It's going to look beautiful. And then, oh my word, if you're looking for an intricate butterfly die, have you seen how ornate and lacy this one is? And then even though it's so detailed, look at how every single one of these little wings pops out. That is absolutely stunning. $60.45 or $70.71 is what everyone's saving. You're all going to save more than that because of course you are getting some sort of Club Inspired discount as well, which is brilliant. Debbie, these have to be one of my favourite launches, I think, from last year. Very, very busy on these already. You guys loved them when we launched them. It is at its best ever price, don't forget, as well. So definitely a great time to snap up a bargain with them. I think if you have a lot of cards to make, Debbie, you need to make a card quickly. You don't need to do too much else, do you? It's all done for you.
Exactly, and they are. I want you to think about these big dies. These are not small dies. These are big dies. It's a lot of metal for your money. What's that? Bang for your dollar? What's that? The
bang for your buck.
Bang for your buck. Absolutely, it truly is. I remember when I launched these at Create and Craft, they sold out on the very first show. Literally took ages for them to come back, and when we brought them back again, they just flew again. Absolutely adore these dies. Big creator card dies, and they create beautiful, simple, stunning cards. The fact that you've got them in two parts means that you can cut in or cut out. You can do lots of things with these. These are absolutely fabulous. I adore the ornate cross. I just think for those cards that we do not like sending, it fits perfectly for that theme, but it also works for other themes as well, this particular design. Perfect for cutting into cardstock, whether it be just ordinary craft card, doing a little bit of paper piecing, which is why I've shown Caroline's gorgeous card here, because she's done the paper piecing element just on certain areas of those gorgeous roses that are in there. This one that Caroline's done, because see a little theme coming here. I love Caroline's cards, they're absolutely beautiful. Creating that lovely cutout factor, pop your acetate behind the back, creates a beautiful scene there. This one's gorgeous, what Maxine's done. done. I love this one. It's absolutely gorgeous. You've got your inky background in the background, and then you've got that gorgeous design. And then just again, just take an element.
Really stunning.
So striking. Maxine, honestly, knocked it out of the park, this one. Absolutely beautiful. Leslie created this gorgeous with the up and away. I love this. Take Flight one is absolutely gorgeous. I love that. One day I will definitely be getting one of those balloons and flying away in the sky. Again, look at this one, Joe. A lovely Christmas scene, but again, wedding cards, like you said.
Is that a drop shadow that's created
That is a drop shadow.
That looks like snow on the roof, doesn't it?
It's simple and easy to achieve. It creates that look of snow on the roof, but it's simply 2 die cuts in white and black cardstock and just off-centered, giving you that lovely drop shadow effect. Absolutely gorgeous. You love your shaker cards, Joe. This one with the rustic roses, a lovely shaker element going off there.
Shake your rustic rose.
Absolutely. And again, you can just cut them in white cardstock. This is the frame one onto an inky background. Simple, quick, easy cards to make, but again, with it being a masterclass, I didn't want to just do cards. I wanted to show you other things. Now, if you've been following us here at Crafters TV, you'll know how much I love gift boxes, light up boxes, and these, crying out, are just so easy to achieve. And that's exactly what I'm going to make. I'm going to show you how to make a lovely light up box, and I'm keeping it really simple. You love a light up box, don't you? Honestly, I adore light up boxes. They just are fabulous and easy to do, easy to achieve.
And they also win card of the week every time you do them as well.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, this one might not because it's very plain. I've kept it really stripped back and plain. I'm just using white stamping card. I'll give you the measurements because these are incredibly big dies. So for me, the measurements that I've started with, and I've cut myself 4 panels. If you use an A3 cardstock, you can get a couple of sheets out of an A3 cardstock and you just need to double your measurements. But this is actually measuring at 8 1/4 inches by 5 3/4 inches, Joe. I have taken it and scored it at 3/4 of an inch on one side. So if you're doing it that way, I've scored it at 3/4 of an inch on your scoreboard, and I've also scored it at the top. And this, if you're taking it that way, it's 5 1/2 inches. And I've literally just snipped with my scissors to create the little box seam. Once you've given it a nice burnish, and take your burnishing tool, burnish those score lines, and then cut away to create that neatness when you pop in your box. And that is just a little tiny Katie cornered from this first score line downwards. The same at this bottom end. I've just literally snipped across the bottom to create, and it gives you nice neat flaps when you're tucking it under. Literally. So all this does is create a really nice neat finish, and it's ready for the panel die to go into as well. I'm not going to use the frame, I'm just going to use the cutting element, and I'm going to give it a little tap because I've realised when I've been prepping, I've left my bits in. Let's get rid of the bits. There we go. And I'm just going to place that onto the top. Now, literally, that sizing that I've just given you will mean that the panel fits beautifully in there, and it gives me about 1/2 inch either side just by creating that size. Of course, you can make these bigger if you want to. Just take into consideration the size of this die, which is just shy of 7 inches by 5 inches. And I'm going to hold that down, low tack tape again, holding it into place on the top and the bottom, and then running that through. That's nice and straight, isn't it? Yeah. And then run that through your die cutting machine. So I'm going to use my bigger plates because this is a big die, Joe. However, it is still big enough that it will fit through your Gemini Junior plates, and I'll show you. Let me grab a Gemini Junior plate. Can you see? The dimension just fits over, so it will go onto your Gemini Junior. It's probably going to fill the whole entirety of your plate, so just bear that in mind when you are die cutting. Normal thin metal combination again with your platform. Do you know, I've just realised I've not cut into Craig's plates. Do you know how Craig likes to keep a plate?
He was cutting into one plate and keeping one clear, Debbie. Have you gone rogue?
I have, I've gone rogue. He's going to shout at me, isn't he? Do you think he'll forgive me? He'll forgive me.
No, I don't think he will. I think that's it, off his Christmas card list now.
I got him a secret Santa. I'm using my secret Santa present, yeah.
What
so
over
the holidays, I've put my curtain rail up. I've only had it like a year. When my sister did my room at the beginning of 2021, I had a curtain rail, and the curtains, I bought these nice grey sparkly curtains to go with my nice grey theme room, and I've only just put them on.
Oh dear. Well,
Literally,
I had
just put them up.
I had cushions made and 2 like floor seats that are also like window seats, but they can go on the floor as well.
Oh.
They were finished in July, Debbie.
Yep.
And they're still folded in the drawer, waiting for me to buy the cushion pads and the foam to go inside them. So we're in the same.
I've put them up. They're finally up. I did them the other day. I put them up, put my curtains up, and then my D, because he bought me a sparkly D that lights up. And it's sat in my window still. It's lovely, Joe.
Oh, is it?
You're giggling
Lovely.
away.
Does it light your window up?
It lights my window up with a D.
I bet
of
it
course.
does.
I was going to put it in the craft room. I said to him when I found out he was my secret Santa, as you always find out afterwards.
You always find out. Yeah.
Always find out afterwards. And I said to him, perfect, absolutely perfect Prezi for me. I absolutely love it. And he says, I thought about you for your craft room. I was considering it in the craft room, but then I thought, no, it looks much better in the room. Pride of place, and it looks gorgeous, all lit up and sparkly. It's fabulous. Now then, if I hold it up against me black, look at this.
Gorgeous.
Come on, Nicola, with your skills. Can you get in that close? Shall I go there? Shall I stand there?
She's coming, don't worry. She is coming. Oh, there she is. Oh! Oh dear.
Oh, bless you, Nick. Look at me with my window. I look like Beyonce.
You look just like Beyonce.
Just like, I wish. But look how gorgeous that looks. It looks absolutely beautiful. Look at the detail of these dies. They are incredible. Not too close, sir. Not too close with the wrinkles or two. But absolutely beautiful die cut. And that cuts in to your into your design, and especially, you know, you could be actually popping vellum behind the back of this. Some nice vellum. We do some beautiful vellums here at Crafters Companion.
Just over a lovely inky background, I think it looks gorgeous.
Inky background, yeah, that'd look absolutely fabulous.
Because it gives you an opportunity to craft, that's why.
Oh, you know. You see, no wonder Craig likes it. He's been off for 3 months. He's not heard you say it. I've been listening to you for the last 3 months. Every time I work with you. Opportunity.
Oh, we're off again. Opportunity.
That's the word, opportunity. I do love your ways. But what I'm going to do, Joe, is I'm keeping it nice and, I did say I'm keeping it nice and simple. I'm going to literally pop some acetate to the back of there. Now, for acetate to keep it nice and clean, definitely if you've got some, I would recommend the dotty tape pen over the filigree design. If you are using things like tacky glue, make sure that you've only got like your bare minimum of tacky glue onto there, because the tacky glue will splurge over, and you don't want that, Joe. So just bear that in mind when you are sticking your acetate or your vellums onto the back of it. But literally, all I'm going to do is cover that over, and then I'm going to pop on, let's just pop that on to the back, and that creates that lovely, it's like a glass element, and it does really give it a nice little finish. Absolutely beautiful. So this is when you could do a little bit of paper piecing. You could cut out in a different colour, and then the waste bits you could take and pop back in, or like you said, Joe, you could take things like your alcohol pens and colour at the back and create a nice, like a stained glass window effect. But again, I wanted to keep this really nice, plain and simple, and so I've done myself 4 panels, all the same size, all with the acetate behind the back. And I love, when I'm using construction, something that I want to have a bit of solidity. Rigidity. That's the word, thanks, Joe. Yeah, that word. Yeah, I use red liner tape. If you did watch Craig yesterday, I think did he cover the red liner tape yesterday and the glue school?
He did, yes.
Yeah, absolutely, because it's when you use construction, I do prefer something that's got that solidness to it. The only thing I would recommend, and I'm pretty sure Craig would have said the same, make sure you've got it nice and burnished to stop the red liner tape sticking, you know, the backing, sticking absolutely everywhere. So what I'm going to do, Joe, is red liner tape and then the straight edge to the flap edge, and I'm just going to match that up and stick that onto that flap like so, and then I'm just going to continue to do that on all 4 of those flaps. So again, just lift up.
Rosalind says, hello everyone, just been shoveling the deck, time for a craft break. There's a lot of snow. We've had the most snow, 13 inches someone had in Maryland. I think it was Maryland, wasn't it, Johnny, earlier today?
Good grief.
13 inches of snow.
That's a lot of inches, that, isn't it? 13 inches, it's massive. Can you imagine waking up to 13 inches? How thick is that, Joe? That's
over a
really
foot.
thick. What? A foot? Would that? How much
Over
would
a
that
foot.
sink? I'd sink in that, wouldn't I?
A foot.
I would sink into that. A foot. I'm only 5 foot and a bit. Well, 5'2", 5'2". I'm adding half an inch on.
Debbie. oh dear.
Oh my God.
Back in the room, Debbie. Back in the room.
Back in the room, we only had a covering. Did you? Did you get some snow, Joe? Did you get some snow the other day?
No,
we only
nothing.
had do you know? Did you know for it to be classed as a white Christmas, you only need a flake?
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought it at least an inch.
No.
I thought at least an inch before you can class it as a white Christmas. Apparently not. Oh, God love it. Where were that with 13 inches? Where were it?
Oh, let's just move on. I can't. Maryland, I think. Oh, Maryland, maybe Maine, one of the M's. Massachusetts, I don't know.
Right, hang on a minute. I'm just burnishing my parts. It's going all wrong. Right, I'm just going to put that down like so. Again, red liner tape, and just give it a nice little covering. Oh, we've come off at rails now. Look, I'm telling you, we've come off the rails. But what that does is create that lovely solid box base, and just make sure you do that with all your sides. So again, and it gives it that nice crisp finish just by doing all 4 sides. So going on with your bone folders and giving it that nice finish creates that lovely depth. This could be perfect for a gift box, but I'm going with a light up box. Now, the smaller of the tabs, like so, are going to fold over and flatten, but I need a bottom base. So I am going to tell you the size of that one, which is 5.5 inches, and that's going to sit onto the bottom base like so.
Oh, fabulous.
But I'm going to pop on there some tape. So let's pop our tape onto all 4 sides. Dear me. Whew, glad I've got that fan on me. Right, so again, popping that on, and then I'm going to turn these round and just literally stick those down.
I'm guessing you could do this with all of the designs, could you, this particular
all
technique,
of these
Debbie?
designs would work beautifully, Joe. They'll work beautifully. I'm just going to measure this up. I am going to cut myself another piece that's 5.5 by 5.5 because I want a solid bottom base. Depending, I suppose it depends what you're putting in it really. If it's a gift box, you want it to be nice and solid. I probably again would use red liner tape for this, but I want to speed this demonstration up because I can't believe time. It's 10 past 4.
You said this was going to be a very simple box, this one.
It
wasn't going to be a wow.
Well, it's
definitely
because it's
a wow.
plain. I've kept it plain. I've kept white on white. I think sometimes white on white looks absolutely beautiful. Do you agree, Joe?
Yeah, I do.
And again, I'm going to pop in the middle another piece that fits into there. So I'm going to give this a wet glue and just pop that onto the bottom.
Bit of wiggle glue on there.
Bit of wiggle glue, get it into place, get it down, gives it a nice firm base. And we're going to pop that into there like so. And again, if you wanted to pop a box lid on, when you're measuring it, because this is a 5.5 inch, 5.5 by 5.5, you just need to go over that 1/8 of an inch to make it, when you want to make your box lid. However, I don't want my box lid. I just want to be able to add into there. And I've got myself, and I always say my cheapest chips light up.
How much do these cost?
On the internet, you can pick up about £4 for £5.
Oh, okay.
You just need to look on LED lights. There's plenty of places that do them. They usually come to you wrapped up like this. So let me just take a minute or two to just
No problem
unravel.
at all. Laura says, hello everyone, I just read that one, didn't I? I'm just popping in for a bit, says Yolanda. I'm at the dentist's office for a cleaning. I'd rather be crafting. Karen says, this is a technique I need to do. Debbie, that's a cute door hanger. Michelle says, talking about your previous demo as well.
Thank you.
Lots of love coming in for these demos.
Thank
I don't
you
like
very
going to the
much.
hygienist, Debbie, do you? We send our, we'll send love to, who is it that said they were at the hygienist? Yolanda, that was it.
Oh, bless you. Bless you. Before I started work for Crafters Companion, I worked in the dentistry industry for a decade, so I know all about it, and I do know that it's not everyone's cup of tea. Oh, look at that.
Look at that.
Just look how beautiful that looks with the lights in there.
How
Absolutely
gorgeous.
beautiful. Use the coloured lights because you can get coloured lights as well. Coloured lights, especially in a white box, will look beautiful. But how gorgeous does that look with those rustic roses? And again, showing you that not everything has to be a card. There's lots of ways that you can use these to create different beautiful home decor pieces, different colours on there. I've seen some amazing light up boxes some of the design team members have done, some of you guys from the crafting community of I'm a Crafter's Companion. Some of your boxes that I see out there are just beautiful. Loads of ways you can use them. I just wanted to show you something very simple. White on white looks stunning. It's one of my favourite things that I don't do often enough of because I'm always throwing colour at everything, but white on white can look just simply stunning, and that looks absolutely gorgeous and will look beautiful set alongside my D actually in my front room, a nice light up lantern.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Beautiful. Would finish your D off lovely, wouldn't it? Let me just move on now. I just want to recap for you the different designs that you've got in here. So you've got the rustic roses, which are these ones just here. Really, really gorgeous. Those being the ones that Debbie's just used there. Then you've got your Take Flight, which is this one here. Brilliant for baby cards, that one. Then you've got your Ornate Cross. This one here is the Moon and Stars. Then you've got your church, oh, wrong way around, my church is upside down. You've got your Church Blessings, which is that one there as well. Just love the idea of it just being on a simple tent fold. I mean, it makes a really straightforward but beautiful, beautiful card. For me, this one is my absolute favourite. This one with the butterflies in, because not only you've got all the detailing, but then the fact that all of these butterfly wings all lift up as well. I mean, the engineering on these to make them able to stand up as a card is really, really special. And to get them at their best ever price, is amazing. You're looking at $39.49 or $45.99. That's saving everyone over £60 or $70. Platinum members or anyone in the club for that matter is going to get an extra discount, of course, on top of that as well. Very, very busy on those at the moment. Let's give you an opportunity to check those baskets out. So whilst you do that, here's all the details of some of the stuff we get up to here at CTV. Take a look.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours.
I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing.
Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us. You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Quick Buy, all your crafty must-haves in a flash. Take all the hard work out of patchwork with the Gemini Build-A-Block Patchwork System. This innovative collection of multimedia dies allows you to create patchwork blocks with ease and total accuracy. This set includes 18 dies to cut a range of shapes and sizes for patchwork or quilting projects. They can cut multiple layers of fabric at once. They include an accurate 1/4-inch seam allowance, plus all of your pieces are cut exactly the same size every time. Follow your own creative inspiration or look through the 20 patterns laid out in the guide. Not enough? There's an additional 60 patterns online. And right now, we have amazing offers on the Gemini Build-A-Block Patchwork System. Quick Buy, get yours now.
Lots of you choosing checkout there under that last little break. It was Mary that had 12 inches this morning. She says, one of the M's, Joe, too funny. So I'm an M and a Rhino now. Yeah, the lovely Mary Rhino. I'm also platinum since yesterday. Very happy. Went a bit nuts shopping. Yes, just to say as well, Club Inspire points reset tomorrow. So wherever you are in the club now is where you'll be when they reset tomorrow for the rest of the year. So if you are very close to the next level in the club, it's definitely worth something bearing in mind. It's the end of today, wherever you are, it resets, and then that's what you'll stay at for the next year, unless of course you earn the club within the year. Right, let's move on. We've got more. I call these the danglers, but that's not what they're called at all. They're called something completely different. So they are the Everyday Creator Card die collection with 26 elements, but they do create little dangling elements, which is great. So you've got the butterfly in there, you've got this swinging couple here, which is the Forever Yours. Then you've got as well this one here, which is your Shine Bright. Then this one here is, I love this one, this is Raise Your Glasses. We've also got the Lovebird in there. And you'll get the save the date in there with the big clock as well. So great for things like your steampunk too. Really gorgeous, 6 great designs, a wonderful saving for you as well, £31 or $36. We've got some really, really great prices on what have been some of our biggest launches recently. So definitely snap these up. These are gorgeous, aren't they, Debbie?
Oh, hello, I absolutely.
And they come with a die brush, I should say, as well, sorry.
So you get your die cleaning brush and tool. Fabulous, that's great, because this is a really handy tool to have in your crafty stash. These are, again, big dies and can be created lots of different ways that you're going to be able to use them. I'm going to go back to a traditional card with this one. But honestly, these are fabulous. I've got the Raise Your Glasses for this one, Joe. You've got the die that does all the worker elements. And the fact that it cuts straight in means that you can create a card instantly, and I'm going to show you how in a moment. And then you've got the extra elements. You've got a couple of sentiments in there. On this particular one, it's well done and celebrate. And you also have where you can have the swinging element or the balanced element, where you can have the extra embellishment to really bring your card to life. I'm not going to use it that way this time, I'm using it in a slightly different way, but I've got my little glasses there already. So first things first, Joe, I've taken plain and simple black matte cardstock, and I'll give you the measurements for this because again, this die is a really big die. It actually measures at over 7 inches in length by just shy of 5. So I've cut my cardstock down and I've made this to 10 by 7 1/4, and I've scored it into the halfway mark to create myself the base, and that sits in there absolutely beautifully on that first half of the card. I'm going to spread it open though, because I don't want it to cut through both sides. I only want it to cut through one element. I'm going to bring in some low tack tape again. So let's put some low tack tape like so. And I'm going to hold it in. Now you can be doing a clever bit of work here by die cutting your extra element in the waist section. So rather than having to use a separate piece, you can get the 2 bits done at once.
That's clever.
However, I just want to make sure that that's not going to move, and I'm going to hold it down on that side as well. I'm going to bring in my large plate again, so I'm going to pop that onto my large plate. These will fit through though, again, they're going to fit through your Gemini Junior as well, so just take note of that, because even though it's a big die, it will still go through your Gemini Junior and your MIDI as well. So let's run that through the machine. I'm still doing it. I'm cutting it into it. Oh, I'm going to have to get him a new one.
Oh, Debbie.
I've realised. Whoopsie daisy.
You wait till he comes in tomorrow.
Oh, I know. He'll know as well,
He
won't
will.
he? He'll know it's
immediately.
me. He'll know it's me because I'm the only one that's here today. So yeah, he'll know it's me. I'll get another one. He'll not. It'll be fine. And he'll not be watching. He'll be busy at home now, probably getting ready for tomorrow's shows, actually.
He's busy taking all of his decorations
Oh, has
down
he still
this
got 'em
afternoon.
up?
Yeah, today they're coming down. Mine are still up at home, Debbie. I was so busy I had to leave them up when I left. Mine will not
Bless
come
you.
down till Friday.
Oh, wow. That's gone past your 12 days, hasn't it?
Yeah. But is it bad luck?
If you're traditional, well, I mean, coming from a girl who didn't even put hers up, I mean, we can't
Did
really.
you not put any up, Debbie?
No, I didn't put any up. Again.
Not at all?
No.
Oh, Debbie.
No,
right,
no,
I'm going
I-
to come round and put them up for you next year.
Well, I ain't got myself a new Christmas tree yet, so that's not going to happen. I'm going to get myself one for next year. I'm going to get myself one next year. Now, before I remove this piece, I'm just going to tear that little bit off for a second. I want to use this as a stencil because there's elements in here where you can use. Now, you can go back over and do your embossing. Again, if you saw Craig with the school yesterday, the 101 on the Gemini, you can emboss some of these dies as well using your purple rubber embossing mat. But I just want to use some ink through mine. And I'm using metallic pigment ink in silver, because black on silver, again, another lovely colour. And I'm going to use this, and I'm going to use it as a stencil. So I'm using my die as a stencil. If you've never tried this technique, Joe,
Does it clean off the die okay?
comes off the die perfectly.
Okay.
Because I've got my element here, do you know what I could use? I could use a scrap of paper or some acetate, is what I've just pulled up, and that stops it from going over onto the other
Perfect.
side. So a bit of scrap paper, a little bit of copy of paper, in my case, a bit of acetate, because it was the first thing that I pulled out from underneath the counter, but it just stops it from messing up your other side of your card. If you do go through using your rubber embossing mat, it gives it a more detailed embossed look. I will probably do that on cards like, do you know, white cardstock or lighter cardstock. On the black, it's not really going to make much difference because this lovely silver ink is what's going to create that beautiful feature. And again, it's honestly a lot easier than you think, and it creates some really nice looks. Now, pigment ink, you could, it's a wetter ink. It stays wetter longer. It doesn't dry as quick as your traditional inks. So it means you can add things like clear embossing powder and create a nice enamelled feature to it as well. So you can use it as a stencil, and then you can put your clear embossing over and create a nice another little technique. Right, when I lift this off though, Joe, I'm going to move that to one side. I'm just going to take off the die. Look how beautiful that looks. It
Gorgeous.
looks absolutely, honestly, gorgeous.
I love the metallic ink on the black. It's so striking,
It looks
isn't it?
so striking, it really, really does. And then the only thing I'm going to do, obviously I'm cleaning my die. You could use wipe, hot soapy water. You want to get that ink off there though, because it can stay wet on your die, and it means the next time you come to use it, you could actually, you know, create a little bit of a mess. I'm going to use my die cleaning brush just to get rid of all the excess pieces. And you'd simply pop that on, and it's, like I said, it's not just for your die, it's also for your die cut elements. And again, just using that gets rid of all those extra pieces. Throw that in the bin. Jan puts hers into a little container. She pops it into one of those little boxes, Joe, and then
All the little bits?
Yeah, so she puts the sponge into a box, and then it picks up all the little bits, and then she can just throw it in the bin without it going
very well
absolutely
organised,
everywhere.
isn't she?
Oh, she is. Got that mind of a teacher, she has. She really has, and she thinks about. She's so, honestly like me. She's my crafting oracle, I call her, little crafting oracle. But again, absolutely fabulous, and it just creates that lovely design, and again, just lifts that design really, really, really well. And then just to release it, if you want to release, if you've gone a little bit over, you just take your scissors to release that. Then when you've done that little element, Joe, I'm going to bring in, what have I done with my acetate? Hang on a minute. I've got my acetate. Let me move that to one side for a second, like so. I'm going to pop some acetate. Now I've cut the acetate to the same size as my card base, which was a 7 1/4 by 5, and I'm going to sit that onto the top, and it gives me that lovely floating element again. But to do that, again, I'm going to use my dotty tape pen over the filigree design, like so.
Lots of people chatting away. Karen says that last one was very classy. Kay loved that last demonstration as well. Aisha says so many great tips today, I love it. Samantha says gluing strips of acetate with butterflies dangling on top of the strips to the bottom of the box would make it another level. Might even give that a try. Love that idea.
That's given me some great ideas. Wow, I love that one. Fabulous. Now I'm going to sit that acetate just onto the inside of the card, fold that over, and then it sticks down really beautifully onto there. Again, make sure your ink's dry. This is one that I had from earlier, because if you use the one that I've just used, probably get a bit of ink on your fingers. So I've let mine dry. This was my first one that I did Blue Peter style at home. But again, it just gives you that lovely lift. But I want it to lift a bit more, so I've taken some glitter cardstock. Do you know the encapsulated glitter cardstock from the silver card? And I've just gone down. So 7 1/4, I've measured it to 7 inches by 5, so that was my base. So I've gone to 4 3/4 by 7 inches, and that's my perfect mat and layer onto the back. And again, I'm just going to pop some wet glue onto the inside of there. And this gives it a real lift, but a really classy lift, because when you put that down, look at the difference that's made. It's giving it a real pop.
I think silver glitter is I think silver glitter card is one of my absolute favourites when it comes to cardstock.
Oh yeah,
I think
absolutely.
It's so classy, but such a wow.
Absolutely. Now again, I'm just trying to look for all my bits. Do you know, I've put bits, have I dropped them on the floor? I had all my little bits all laid out. I don't know what I've done with them, Joe. Never mind, not going to worry. Although she says, just give me a second, Joe. Oh, they're here. They're here. I found them. So I've got my little champagne glasses, and I did exactly the same. I ran through the ink over the top, and some of the bubbles have just come out onto there. And I've cut the Celebrate in the matching cardstock that I chose, and that's going to sit just here onto the centre, like so. And I absolutely love this. Again, really simple but really classy, because it's got the black and the silver together, and it's, again, just a lovely combination. Sometimes we overthink things, and we really don't need to overthink things. I'm going to use a bit of tacky glue for this, Joe. So I'll pop a little bit of tacky glue. Now, we normally have the decanted one in the fine tip applicator bottle, but I don't know where it is.
Craig's probably stolen them.
Has he? Do you think? Yeah,
took them home. Honestly, they've only been back 2 days. There's nothing around there. It's been looted.
God love him. Oh, it was so lovely to see him.
It is really lovely to have him back with us.
We had a right little catch up just in between the shows. Just lovely to have him back. Absolutely lovely to have him back. It really, really is. Feel like the whole team's together now. It's just joyous, just absolutely joyous. Now, if you were using this element, Joe, for your, as you call it, I'm going to use your words, the dangly bits. You could attach through the bubbles, and you could attach it using some thread if you didn't have things like acetate. Because I've got my acetate, I am just simply going to pop it into the centre. And rather than have it still looks like it's floating, but I've not had to use threads and things like that. And again, keeping it really simple. There is nothing else to add to that card, because it just shows you how quick and easy you can create cards using these fabulous designs. They really are gorgeous. And again, depending on the colours that you use, I've just used black and silver for mine. But again, how fabulous does it look? It looks absolutely stunning. I love these dies. They are brilliant dies, fantastic price, and you're getting your die cleaning brush as well, which for me, a real great tool to have. They're just incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Really amazing. They are awesome. Let me just recap then quickly exactly the designs that you're going to receive in there. You're going to get those gorgeous butterflies there, as you can see, with a little butterfly on the inside of those. Loads and loads of details, floral elements. You get the sentiment in there and the centerpiece as well. So you've then got these these couple here on the swing, which is Forever Yours. You've then got the Shine Bright, Raise Your Glasses, lovebirds, and save the date as well. You're going to get all 6 of those designs in there for that great price that you can see. I want to recap and just go back to quickly those cut-in panels that we had a look at a moment ago. Very, very busy on these ones. What you're going to receive in here then is you're going to get the decorative filigree, which is this one just here. You've also got in there the Eastern trellis, which is what you saw Debbie demonstrate with a little earlier. This here is your beautiful rose. You've got the butterfly paradise, and you've got your floral dragonflies, and then you've also got there the elegant rose. And whether you're cutting that in or cutting that out as a panel is completely up to you. You've got both dies which allow you to do that, which is fantastic. You will get the acetate included within there as well, which is brilliant. So if you want to grab a hold of those, $33.90, $55.90 if you want to get those. We're going to move on though to these, because these are one of my absolute favourites. I love these. One of the launches that we did last year. Is that the price on these? You seen the price on these?
Ooh, you kidding?
They are normally £16.99 each, or $19.95. You're paying for 2. We're sending you 3 free of charge. How amazing. And they are bold, they are big, bold and beautiful, Debbie. So you've got Statement Rose, which is this one here. Then you've got this one. Look at the detail on that one. This is your Grande butterfly, and again, even with all of that ornate die work in there, look at how these butterfly wings will just lift up. I mean, I think that is absolutely stunning, don't you? Let's show you that from the side so you can see. Just gorgeous. You've then got the this one here, which is A Place to Remember, which I think is beautiful, that big tree. This one here is your fairy garden. Again, I think sparkle pens, that's crying out for sparkle pens. And then you've also got Bella the Ball. Oh my gosh, what a glamazon. Really, really beautiful. $33.90, $39.90 to get all 5 of those for under £30, so just under $32 is an incredible price. The other thing I love about them as well, don't forget, is that they cut in or they cut out. It's completely up to you. You've got that removable outside edge on there as well, which you can either choose to cut it as a topper, or you can cut it directly into your card content. I think when we talk about creator card, Debbie, these are the kind of creator cards that I think of instantly. They're sort of the most iconic out of all of them, really, aren't they?
They are, and again, they're a really decent size. We're talking just under 5 by about 6.5 inches. They've both got that 2 die element, which means you've got the ability to cut into the cardstock just by using the decorative panel. But because you've got the outside frame, it means that you can then cut frames, and you can cut panels out, and you can add them to things like your gift box lids and all different kinds of things. For me, I'm going to make a star book with this one. We're going to create something a little bit different, and again, I've chosen some double-sided Centura pearl for this one. And I've gone with the Place to Remember. Now, for me, I want to cut the cutting element again. I love this design. It's absolutely beautiful. Who's that me and someone
Ben.
under the tree. Oh, right, it could be you. Could be me and you under the tree.
But Ben's, we know Ben's your husband. You've got so many husbands. The crafty bigamist, I've started calling Debbie. She's got crafty husbands all up and down the land.
I have, all the way across the land, I have. Yeah. But again, I love this design.
A man in every crafty port, haven't you?
A what?
A man in every crafty port.
That's it, yeah. Now, to create this, I'll give you the measurements for this one. This is 6 by 7, and what I've just done is scored it down the centre at 3 inches, because I'm creating a starbook element, and I'll show you what I mean in a second. But I'm going to simply place that into the centre of my cardstock, and again, I'm going to hold it down, always hold it down with some low tack tape. I'll hold it at the bottom and the top. We're going to run that through our die cutting machine again. So I'll pop, turn it, flip it. I would be doing that if I were at home, let me tell you. I would be doing this at home. But again, this element as well, there's also that lovely where you can use your purple rubber embossing mats to give it an extra oomph. In fact, shall I show you what I mean?
Yeah, let's
show you what I mean. Let's see if I can find one first. It's been a while since I've been here.
I think there was one, he had one yesterday under there.
I'm just having a little peek. I'll just have a little look underneath to show you, because it must be here. If Craig did the 101 yesterday, there must be one here. Let's have a look.
There you are.
Yeah, got it. Right, so turn it over. And it's
or if you are in Spanish, it's pase de comer estampedora.
Is that the mat?
That's how you say the mat in Spanish,
Oh,
just in case you're wondering.
I thought you meant that was Spanish in turning over.
No,
Right, I thought that's
just
what
for the
you
mat.
meant. So I'm just going to remove that because you can see it's cut through beautifully. Before I do anything else though, I just want to give it that extra little extra design by popping over. And you're probably thinking, well, isn't that going to cut into your rubber embossing mat? I promise you it won't. It will just, it's like a spongy base, shall we say, that pushes the cardstock into it to create that lovely embossed detail. So I've taken the magnetic shim out and replaced it with the rubber embossing mat, and it just gives it the extra little detail. Again, you could use your inks through this and stencil through them, create a bit of colour. You could be paper piecing, you could be cutting it back in a different colour and then adding that on. Love the Love Art design. I just think it's absolutely beautiful. Keep that there. Let me move those bits out.
It's voltear in Spanish. There you go, turnover.
A turnover.
Voltear.
Voltear. How did you know that?
Because I just Googled it.
Oh, bless you. I'm thinking, that's a bit clever, Joel. That's a bit clever, you knowing that. But the detail in it is just absolutely amazing. And you can see on the little leaves and things like that, it just looks incredible when you do that little finishing touch. It's well worth going back over to give it an extra detail of the embossing on the tree. You've got the lovely branches on there. It really is incredible. So that now is going to create that lovely fold in, but I need something, and I've kept it really simple again. That gorgeous ivory, which is double-sided, and I've used glitter card, the gold glitter card. I've made it slightly bigger though. This is 7x7 scored at 3.5 inches.
Okey-doke.
Because I'm going to attach one element to one side and one to the other. Oh, I can see. Oh, Joe, let me just. I tell you, you always find one piece in there. It drives you absolutely mental. It really does. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring back as well, because this is glitter cardstock. Talking about glues yesterday with our lovely Craig, I use tacky glue is a good one, but I do use, because this is, again, it's a little bit of construction, and I'm forcing it to do something because it's a smaller size. I'm going to use some red liner tape. So I'm going to pop on red liner tape down one side. Where's my scissors gone? There we go. Like so. Red liner down the other. Like so. Give it a nice little burnish so that that red sticky doesn't stick to you or anywhere else on your body, because believe you me, it absolutely does. And peel off one side, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach it to the very end. So you'll see that the size lengthwise is the same, but for me, glitter cardstock is a coated cardstock and it can be quite difficult to get glues to stick to it. Tacky glue is the perfect one for it.
Right.
It's not going to strip any colour back, but you will have to probably pin it, or you know where you put your pegs just to hold it down for a little bit. Whereas red liner is instant. It's super, super tough. It's double-sided adhesive. It's absolutely fabulous, and I do use vast amounts of it. And then I'm going to take that to the other end as well. So you just need to manipulate it. You could make life a little bit easier, pop a little bit of tacky glue on there. It gives you a little tiny bit of wiggle time. However, that's what you would do to create that lovely feature, and that's what gives you that lovely element when you are doing this for your star card. And I'm just going to repeat that process a couple of times. Okay. So I've just done some die cut elements, but that's how it creates that one element. And then when I say it's created, I've done exactly the same, 7x7, scored at 3.5, the same measurements on here. I'll use my red liner tape again. How are we doing for time?
Yeah, we've got about 15 minutes left on this show.
That's good.
I just was going to mention what's coming out later. Don't forget, launch party. Myself and Debbie will be here 7 p.m. in the UK, 2 p.m. East Coast. Loads of stuff. Going to be looking back at a lot of your most favourite recent launches as well. So make sure you join us for that. There's loads on there. Some of the things I really enjoyed, like the iris folding was on there, which is I absolutely love.
Oh my God, I love iris. I love it.
We've got the secret garden on there as well, which is another one. The fold-back gatefold cards there on there. We've also got an Out of This World deal, an Explorer's kit as well. So it's going to be a really fabulous show. And there's a preview on there as well of an upcoming launch, which is rather marvellous. So that'll be happening today at 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. East Coast. What was that? Did you say?
I didn't know we got a preview.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Preview. And then tomorrow, a really exciting day here on Crafters TV, because we have got a craft along. Myself and Becky will be here for a craft along.
Oh, I see.
Well, before that, of course, I'll be up with Craig, as I am always, for Wake Up Call. But then Becky is here for a craft along, and then Debbie, you're back in the evening for Creative Cravings. So
yeah,
what a lovely
absolutely.
day I've got. I've got a Becky sandwich, bread courtesy of Craig and Debbie, which will be amazing. So that'll be a lovely day tomorrow here on Crafters TV. And then my last day of the week, I'll be here with you as well on Thursday. Do you want to know what's coming up on Thursday?
Go on.
I've got obviously Wake Up Call, and I've got a craft along with. Oh no, that's Wednesday. I can't use this watch very well. I've got a decoupage masterclass with Michelle, and then a craft along as well on Thursday. A Thursday evening craft along. I can't remember having one of those.
A Thursday evening craft along?
With Michelle as well.
Ooh.
Having my last show of the week, and I'm back with you. I'm off for a couple of days, and I'm randomly back with you for a day on Sunday as well. So I will see you then. Me and you, Debbie, again on Sunday.
Am I here Sunday?
Yeah. All day. Me, you.
Well, I'm so glad you reminded me. I thought, I didn't realise we were here on Sunday.
Me and you, Debbie, all day on Sunday.
Do you know, I think I'm getting confused with weekends off. I think it's next weekend that I've got off. Thanks for reminding me, Joe. That could have been awkward, me not turning up. Am I here all weekend then? Am I here? Oh, do you know, it's all right. I've had a bit of an holiday. I've had a bit of a break. So I'm here Saturday as well. Okay.
So Johnny, will you be here at the weekend? In the weekend, Johnny here at the weekend. Charlotte will be back at the weekend as well.
Oh, but it's good. Do you know what? It's just so lovely to be back. We were saying that, me and Craig, earlier. We're so excited to be back. We were both itching to get back to work. We really were. So it's exciting. It really is. Now I've just repeated this process 4 times, Joe. And of course, you could be using other designs on this, but I've done a star card.
You've done a light up box and a star card in this show.
Yes, yeah.
Honestly, poor Craig hasn't got a chance, has he?
Of course he has.
He was moaning today. He hasn't got a winner on the wall. Of course he hasn't. Because he's been here for months, and I thought, maybe this week will be the week. And then Debbie comes along. Does a light up box and a star card in one show, and she's here on Sunday to canvass for votes as well. So you've got Craig, if you're watching, you may as well not bother coming in for the rest of the week now.
Give over. I bet he did a beauty this morning. I bet he did a beautiful card. So all I'm doing, Joe, is I am using again some red liner tape, because what I'm going to do now is stick all of these 4 panels like so, and that's what's going to create the star book. Again, like I said, you could use. I've just chosen this design because I think it's absolutely stunning, and I do love it. And I think for a lovely, whether it be a wedding card, an engagement card, just for someone that you love, I just think is a really beautiful design. But you've got how many designs in this collection? Is it 4 or 6 designs that you could? In this collection?
In this one, 5 designs in this one.
So you could use, well actually to be fair, you could use all 5 and you could create a different dimension. You just add your panels. You can add as many as you want to a star creation, but that's how you create the lovely element, and that's why you need that little bit of a give with the sizes. And again, I'm just going to use red liner tape, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some ribbon to it. So
nice.
You could be using ribbon. We've done craft alongs with Starbucks before. I think I've done one before. I think Jan's done one before. There's loads of tutorials online on how to make Starbucks. They're very, very easy to achieve. They look complicated, but they're easy to achieve. Now, let me just make sure I've got this right, because I want a piece on one side, a piece on the other. Yeah, that's fine. And again, I'm just going to pop those down and line them up. Give yourself a little bit extra leeway. Use your wet glue. Yep. But all I'm going to do now is add some ribbon before I stick one panel down, and I'll add ribbon to the other side as well. But that's all I'm going to do for that, is just creating those pieces, and then just add my ribbon onto the inside.
So where would you add the ribbon?
You can attach ribbon to both sides of there. You can tuck them under, you can wrap them around. I'll show you the one that I've done, because I've just seen the time and I want to try and squeeze one last demo.
Oh, check it out.
But all you do is, again, you can keep it as neat as you want. I've tucked it in on the inside of the flaps just to bring it around on the outside, and that is how you create your star book. And simply tie that together with your ribbon. There's nothing to stop you from popping it on the inside of those 2 panels, the last 2 panels that I've just used, Joe. But to create that lovely effect, that is how you create your star book.
How
and
beautiful.
Looks absolutely, add your sentiments.
A light art box and a star book in the same show.
But again, just showing you lots of variety. I've tried to cover different ways of using. That's what when I was sat at my craft desk this weekend, I was thinking, what can I do to show you the ways? It was a masterclass after all. We don't just want to see cards, we want to show different things that you can achieve with your dies that you have in your collection, which is why I've chosen different styles that you can use. But again, very easy to achieve. And I've kept the colourway simple. I don't know if you've noticed.
Yeah.
My previous card, black and gold. My white box is just white. I've just used ivory and gold for this one. But they look beautiful. Sometimes we overthink things. We think we've got to throw tons of colour down to it. We don't have to. And I could add my sentiment onto that later. I could be thinking of a couple in mind. I could add the word love, whatever it is that you want to do. But I just wanted to show you the basis for how you pop that together. And of course, you can then tie it together as well and give it as a little gift so that when someone comes to open it up,
Perfect.
it looks absolutely beautiful. So that is
Absolutely
a
gorgeous.
for you.
Really, really beautiful, that one. Should we do the vote for the card of the show, Debbie, before that last make? Have you got a finished one for your last card?
No, but it doesn't matter.
All right then, you get ready. I'll just recap what's included and then we'll do that card of the show. So remember, we're going to get in here a removable outside edge on this as well, so it will cut in or cut out, which is amazing. So you can see there, whether you're putting it into your concept or cutting it out as a topper. I absolutely adore this butterfly. I think it is incredible. The amount of amazing detail that you get on that is just fabulous, as you can see right there. Then we also will have in here as well, you've got this one, which is a place to remember. Then in here you have got the fairy garden, as you can see, along with as well the bell of the ball. Really gorgeous, amazing price on that. To get these for under £30, under $32 as a platinum member is sensational value. I think if you don't own them, you need to grab them at that price. They were one of the busiest launches I can remember doing when it comes to our creator cards. Right then, Debbie, demo of the show. It's going to be very, very difficult. I don't know how you're going to choose this hour.
Right, start off number one, where we started, the interlaced dies. So I used it to make an easel card. That's your number one. Number two was the home decor piece. Number two.
Okay,
Number three was the balanced. Oh no, it wasn't. Number three was the light up box. Sorry.
Three, the
box with your light ups. Number four was the balanced. And then number five was the star book. I did it a different way. It's a 4-pointer star book, this one. You can do 5 or 6 pieces.
Yeah.
That's number 5. So I'll just recap that again for you.
Okie doke.
1, the easel.
Yep.
2, the home decor. 3, the light up box. 4, Joe's dangly bits. And number 5. Number 5.
Keep my dangly bits out of it, Debbie.
The star book. So you decide 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5. It's down to you.
1, 2, 3, 4 or 5. You choose. The choice is yours. I don't know how you're going to choose. It's going to be very, very difficult. We're going to move on. We're going to have a little bit of a look at some other edgeables that we got. Well, creator card, a sort of hybrid between a creator card and an edgeable, really. They are the scene edges. Amazing, really beautiful, intricate detailing on here. You've got the springtime fairy, which is this one just here. You also have the afternoon tea, which is gorgeous. I love going for an afternoon tea, Debbie, don't you?
Oh, yes.
A few scones. Oh, delicious.
A what?
A few scones.
Scones?
Scones. What do you call them?
Scones.
Scones. No, I call them scones.
Scones.
All right, whatever you call it, they're delicious. And you've also got your elegant butterfly there as well. It's the little sandwiches I like.
Oh, yeah.
With a crust cut off in little triangle.
Yeah,
Very dainty.
Yeah.
Is that the price on these? $11.69 for 3 of them.
I know.
Less than £4 each. Shut the front door, shut the back door and call me Barbara. If you don't own these already, you need to get them at that price. $9.35 for platinum members or $10.76. They should be, what, £10 each. For little over what you should be paying for one, for less than you should be paying for one, isn't it? Pretty much if you're a platinum member. You're getting absolutely all of them. That's redonkadonk, Debbie, this.
Redonk, absolutely redonk, riddick. Crazy.
Why did you do a frog impression at the end? Ribbit.
No, do you know Riddick? Do you know Gimme? And he used to say Riddick instead of saying ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah, crazy price.
Really great price. £9.35 for platinum members, $10.76 for all 3.
For 3?
Yeah, for 3.
I thought for 1.
No, shut the front door. $12.99 each they should be.
Oh, run down that street naked like you say.
Yeah.
Get your bells out and shake the bells because that's an amazing deal.
Steady, Debbie, steady.
Think, engage and think.
I think we're just a bit bamboozled by the price, aren't we?
I am so shocked because I genuinely thought that was for the price of one.
No, for all of them.
Now these are fabulous, and you know what? You could create things what we've created through the show using these as well. I'm going to go with the butterfly one. I absolutely love this as well. I've got 2 pieces of cardstock because I'm going to create a little bit of a card using the edges on both sides. So for this one, I've taken a piece of cardstock that measures 9 by 6 and scored it at an inch, and then just fold that over, give it a nice little burnish. And then this one, I wanted it to be slightly smaller, so I've cut 7 inches, same depth again, so I've cut it at 6, and again the same feature there, so that it creates like a little album. You could add a few more on, you could make this longer or bigger, but what I'm going to do is just take it to the edge of the cardstock like so. I'm going to hold it down with some low tack tape. Again, honestly, I love these. I can't get over that price. That price is crazy, absolutely crazy.
It's
price.
amazing, isn't it? Absolutely amazing.
It is amazing. It really, really is. I'll use my smaller plates. I'm going to pop that onto there like so. Even though it's dangling over the edge, it doesn't matter because that's not the bit that's cutting out. It's just the edge of that die. So showing you again, it will fit through your smaller machines as well. So you'll fit through once you can get it in there. Come on, get your plates nice and flush, Debbie. And then just pop that through. And again, through your midi, through your junior, upwards, you're going to be able to use these. I suppose it depends on the style of the card that you're doing, as to, you know, the style of the card that you're doing is the size of the platform that you need. So again, I'm just going to take that off and give that, again, these features as well. There's a nice little feature on there where you can do the embossing detail. You could use it and go back in and use it as a stencil, and I'll show you what I mean again in a second. Let's just poke out all those little bits. What I love about the butterfly wings is that it's got that lovely liftable element while staying attached to the cardstock. So this is that hybrid collection. It's the creator card but an edgeable at the same time. Again, absolutely beautiful. And the wings just lift up, so it creates that lovely diamond. Honestly, Joe, these are just
really gorgeous, aren't they?
Stunning. Now, again, I'll show you my little tip. You can see I've got a little bit of an inky card. I'm just going to push that down onto my spare piece of cardstock and then take your colours and choose your colours. I've gone for a pale pink and I've gone for, is that fuchsia? No, not fuchsia. I've gone for pale fig. I didn't want pale fig, I wanted pink tulip, but it doesn't matter. I'll show you just what I'm doing. Just pop that in there, use this as a waste, and then just ink over the edges, and it gives it that lovely lift detail. So again, I'll just show you what I mean. I'll do it on the other side. Going in there with your 2 colours. Could be any colour this actually, Joe, to be fair. I suppose it depends on, you know, the colour theme that you're going for. But it means that you can keep this part of your card clean, but you can still lift up and catch that lovely design. Now, I would have normally had a little bit extra time for this. However, I'm going to have to speed craft this little bit because...
Got about 2 minutes left on this demo, Deb.
I know. So I've used the die to create the stencil bit. So pop the die back into place. And then just stencil through. Can you see the leaves with the green? Stencil through those. I've added a couple of little gems onto there, Joe. I've used some paper from the Enchanted Dreams. I am here this weekend. I've just realised I've got an Enchanted Dreams Masterclass. That's why I use this gorgeous paper, because I've been doing some demos for that Masterclass this weekend. So yes, I am here on Saturday, but that's just going to sit like so. I use the dragonflies on this one, but again you could use the butterflies, and I'm just going to stick those 2 pieces together. There's all those designs. I mean, 3 dies for that price. You could be doing you know, absolutely anything with this one. And I'm just going to pop those 2 flaps together like so, and it creates that lovely lift off part. I've got some acetate as well, Joe, so I'm going to pop some acetate on the back. Oh, red liner tape sticking absolutely everywhere. There we go. Let's pop that on. And that's just, in fact, the right way around there, because the musical notes are at the bottom. You can pop some acetate on the back. I'm going to pop a little bit because I knew I'd catch some ink on the back of there, and I don't want that showing. I'm going to pop a little bit more of that just onto the back, and you could add your verse there as well, so, but that just covers up my little mistake, which I knew were going to happen because I didn't have time to clean it. But you can see again, just creating that lovely butterfly effect, or the dragonflies, or whatever it is that you've got in your collection. I mean, for that price, I would be doing double butterflies, so you've got like a lovely feature to it.
Nice.
I'm just going to put my with love just over there like so, have the wing lifted up. But again, add your acetate onto it if you want. But again, just shows you that lovely edgeable factor, creating a very quick, easy card again. Could be a photo album, you could be putting pictures of your loved ones inside. But aren't they just absolutely beautiful? At that price, I would not believe in these.
No.
They're not going to hang around at that price.
No, they really aren't.
Absolutely
you get
not.
three of
That's
them, Debbie, as
incredible.
well.
Three
Three of them.
dies, three
Yeah.
creator cards, 3 edgeables for that
And
price is
3
amazing.
awesome designs as well. So you can get a springtime fairy in here, which is this one just here, with that gorgeous detail. And do you know what they give you, Debbie?
Opportunity.
An opportunity to craft, indeed they do. The afternoon tea in there as well, and the elegant butterflies. 9.35 or 10.76 for platinum members. Number 4 is the card of the show, Debbie. Number 4.
Which one's that one? Oh, hang on a minute. Wait a minute.
Number 4.
Oh, hang on a minute. 1, 2. Really?
Yeah.
The card that I
Number
did?
4. That
Is
one
that
there.
right? Number 4?
Yeah, number
I'm going to
4.
go with you guys. That's what you love. That's
There you
absolutely
are.
fabulous. Again, quick, simple, easy, very easy to achieve as well.
Absolutely. Don't forget, myself and Debbie will be back with you in a couple of hours' time for launch party. Loads of amazing stuff coming up on that. Don't miss out on some of these awesome creator card deals. Make sure you check out their baskets, and make sure you join us back here in a couple of hours' time. Massive thanks to Debbie, and we'll see you again soon. Take care.